Okay, so today we're talking about social networks, but I want you to forget about the apps on your phone for just a minute. We're going to go way deeper, because this whole idea is as old as, well, people. We're going to look at how technology basically supercharged this fundamental part of our lives, and what that really means for you and me. But let's start with the question. Just for you. Seriously, think about it. How many people do you actually know? I mean, your family, your friends from way back, co-workers, people from that one class you took. If you tried to list them all out, how long do you think that list would be? Yeah, probably way longer than you'd guess.
And that's because we've been building social networks forever. Get this, the term itself has been around since the 1950s. That's long before anyone had even dreamed of the internet. It's always just been about the connections we make throughout our lives.
So, if we really want to get a handle on the online world, we've got to start with the offline one. Let's talk about the personal networks that all of us are building every single day, whether we realize it or not.
You know, when you think about it, our lives are just a collection of these different networks. You've got your school friends, your work friends, the people on your sports team, your family. Each one is its own little social group, its own web of connections that you've built over time.
So what is a social network officially? Well, it's just a way to connect with people. And the real magic of the internet was taking this very human, very local idea and making it global. All of a sudden, we could connect with anyone, anywhere on the entire planet.
But here's the thing about any powerful tool. Putting our networks online comes with some massive trade-offs. The benefits are incredible for sure, but there are also some very real dangers we absolutely need to be aware of. Let's break down that trade-off.
And this right here really shows you the double-edged sword of it all. On one hand, you've got this amazing power to connect, to learn, to build communities. But look at the other side. So many of the dangers are all about your personal information, your safety, even your own well-being. It is a really delicate balance.
Which brings us to what might be the single most important and most ignored part of all this. It's a question that, honestly, most of us never even think to ask. So let me ask you, that last photo you posted online, maybe it was a great vacation pic or one of your dog. You took it, you uploaded it, so you own it, right?
Nope, wrong. The second you upload that photo to most of these big platforms, you agree in the fine print that they own it. And here's the kicker. That means they can use your photo, your videos, your posts for pretty much anything they want. Why? Because your content, your life, is the product they are selling.
Okay, so with that bombshell in mind, let's do a quick tour of the big platforms. We're going to look at how they work and their own unique pros and cons, but now we're going to do it through this new lens of benefits, dangers, and ownership.
All right, first up, the big one, Facebook. At its heart, it's basically a weblog. You write a status update, you post a photo, and you decide who gets to see it. Everyone or just your friends. It's designed for sharing the play-by-play of your life with your network.
Now the perks are clear, right? Instant messaging, a bottomless pit for your photos, and hey, it's free. But the costs are huge. The whole design is meant to be addictive. Their privacy track record is questionable at best, and it can be a real breeding ground for cyberbullying. It's that classic saying, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product.
Then you've got Twitter. It's built on what's called a microblog format. Here, the idea isn't to share with just your friends. It's to shout your thoughts out to the entire world, in real time, using these little updates called tweets. And this number says it all. Everything you want to say, every big idea, every joke, every piece of news has to be crammed into just 280 characters. That one little rule changes everything. On the plus side, you can reach a gigantic audience and follow real experts in any field you can imagine. But that openness is, again, a double-edged sword. It's also full of fake profiles and endless spam. And of course, you're always fighting that character limit to say what you really mean.
And finally, let's talk about Snapchat, which is a whole different beast. It's not a public town square like Twitter or a personal diary like Facebook. It's mainly a messaging app, and its whole world is built around this idea of temporary, disappearing pictures and videos. Its biggest draw is that you can send photos that just vanish. It feels private, it feels safe, but, and this is a huge but, those disappearing photos can be saved with a simple screenshot, and you might never even know. What feels temporary can become permanent in a split second.
So after all that, what's the big takeaway? It all comes down to understanding your digital footprint. That's the trail of data that you leave behind with every single thing you do online. Every post, every like, every share, it's all part of your permanent record.
So let's boil it all down. Every one of these networks offers something genuinely cool, but every single one comes with risks. At the end of the day, you are the one who chooses what to put out there. But you have to remember, the moment you share it, you probably don't own it anymore.
And that brings us to one final question. Now that you know how these platforms really work, you know the good, the bad, and who really owns your stuff, what are you going to share next?